Friends, welcome back to my page. It's your girl Nico Nicole, and this is Give This Girl a Mic, where we do cultural commentary, what's happening today in the world, and just general um, pop culture, pop politics, I like to call it, is what we do here. So overall, we have a good time, y'all. We just be chit chatting, we have a good time, and we talk about what's going on into society. And I also like to tie it in with what's going on with your, you know, heart healing, life design, stepping forward with intention, and things like that. So I like to tie in things from the world to how they translate to who we are and how we can move forward in our lives um, with great determination, anticipation. And I learned something new the other day. This is just off the cuff. It was something about human design. There are like certain types of human design you are. Found out that I'm a projector. So like those type of people do really well when they are relaxing their energy and then have these bursts of energies, and that's when they get a lot of things done. A lot of them are loners into themselves and don't like to be around big groups of big people, so look into that. We might do that on another episode too. But yeah, I learned about human design, and it made, when I learned about it, I'm like, okay, this all makes perfect sense and is in alignment with who I am and how I've kind of shown up to the world. And it's funny how you can be something without a label, and then once you figure it out or get that kind of understanding of yourself, it's like, it all makes sense now. But anyway, we're gonna jump right in. We're gonna start with something fun. I have wanted to talk to you guys about Michelle Obama and Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, Mr. and Mrs. Obama. They were at the All-Star game this weekend. So it was a fun weekend. Like Valentine's Day we had this weekend. I hope you guys had a beautiful Valentine's Day. I see they did. And they're with their daughter, which I think they're growing up to be such beautiful, Sasha and Malia. They're both growing up to be such beautiful girls. I know one of the daughters was just, I mean, recently graduated college and she's doing her thing. The other one is like in LA being like a playwright. So they have raised really amazing kids. They're kind of not in the spotlight for the most part. She had her little stamps, one of them with smoking something. But the daddy smokes, so whatever. That's not surprising. And everybody smoke a little bit sometimes. But it was nice to see how grown up she is, and just to see a beautiful black couple. Like we really haven't seen like quality leaders in this country in quite some time. So it's just beautiful to see healthy, quality leadership. And I really miss the Obamas. I mean, that was the first person that I've ever voted for. And it was a time. That was a time back then. Next clip is I have this clip of another other people who are at the All-Star game. This is the celebrity All-Star game. And I can't go a week without reporting on my favorite Delulu land, and that is Nick and Olandria. Look at them. You see it. Look at that boy. He's going. And I just love it.
Gentlemen, off the court.
Let's go, man. And they just have been such a cute couple. But not only did they go to All-Star Weekend together, they also had this sexy outing with one another throughout the year, and they are having the time of their life. They're out. Olandria is put that thing up, mama, make it work, make it work. Yeah, pop, lock it for me. So she's doing her little thing, which is really nice. And I love to see her out of her comfort zone because she's curated a lot. Like a lot of us black women have curated these kind of strong walls around us because we have to show up a certain way to the world. So the fact that she is not only just showing up, but she's showing out, I love that for her. And I love that she's having a good time with it because you can tell Nick really makes her feel safe, that she can be herself. And people say it's a publicity dismiss. I don't give a damn. I keep telling y'all that. And that's what makes it fun, because the people who are on the Nicolandria train Nobody cares. We just are excited to see this black girl get loved out loud and to have fun in her youth. Who takes a boyfriend serious in their 20s? Like nobody. I mean, I kind of did because I married my husband. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't rushing, don't rush it. You know, and I was older. Like, so I was like 27. When I met my husband, I was 26. I think we got engaged at like 27, 28, something like that. Anyway, I was still in my late 20s, not my early 20s, you feel me? So like if they get married in the next couple of years, hooray, hooray, hooray. But if they don't, I mean, the 20s are meant to just have fun and have a good time. And I do feel like Nick is for the long time, not just for the good time, because the way he's been approaching her and everything has been with amazing, great intentions. And I just love to see her loved out loud with the way Nick does her. It's just been fun to watch. I really have enjoyed them. Um, so next we are going to talk about a little bit about Cardi B. I don't know if you guys have heard what's going on with her. My girl Cardi has been going through it. She's First of all, congratulations, Cardi. Let's start with the positive. She has had an amazing run kind of this week. She did the Super Bowl cameo, which we talked about last week, and now she has began her tour, which is kind of starting off with a bang. She's already had Taraji P. Henson there. I seen Olandria went there. Speaking of Ola, and that's another thing she did this weekend. And then on top of that, Kalani came out as a guest star. But you know the haters gonna hate, so the little chirp little birds, the little vultures, as she describes them, are still, crowing. And Bia, she's one of her biggest haters, which I don't even know where it stems from. I don't follow the new rap beefs. Like my last rap beef was like Nicki and Nicki Cardi. Like so, or Kim and Nicki. Like I'm back then. Like I don't think I'm going further than the I think the furthest rap beef I'll go maybe is Cardi and Nicki. I'm not going any deeper than that. It'll never be that deep. But anyway, rap girlies have been having a thing since the Foxy Browns and the Lil Kim days, so it's nothing new. But anyway, so recently we see that Bia has said something about Cardi to the fact that like about her husband, like, oh, whose baby daddy have more less receiving yards than baby mamas or something like that. So it was something stupid, something slick. And Cardi kind of her second night at her show was like, you know, I can talk about my said I can talk about my baby daddy, but you can't talk about your baby daddy. You can't talk about my baby daddy. And apparently all the other baby mamas really like that comment that she made. So maybe that'll get the girls bonding again. Cause it's gonna be Cardi always kind of try to come off neutral for the most part. And yeah, I like that about her. So this is her at her concert. I want to show you guys that. So she really had a good intro to her concert. She was looking, as the Brits say, she was looking real lean. She was looking like she was really, I don't know, healthy, whole, and I just am really proud of Cardi to see how she is showing up to the world. Hold on, give me a second. Oh, there you go. So you see Cardi here. So this outfit, I wanted to put this one up here. The red looks good on her, by the way. But she had multiple outfits this day. These are just kind of two of my favorites that I picked out. Obviously, the black with the vulture costume, that was cute. But this one reminds me of gonna get your body right, which lets you know she or her stylist, they're very intentional. You know what I mean? And like that looks just like Janet Jackson's outfit to me with the loops and everything. Except obviously she added. She's like it's like a mixture of what Janet Jackson had underneath with the leather, and then on top of it is like the I guess the bust around coat. It's just like a mixture of that style, and I love that. I just thought that was such a creative. I just love that outfit. I just thought it was so creative. And then Cardi over here, just look at her. She came through and she said she was going to be prepared. She said her body was going to be prepared and she was going to show up and show out. And I really think she did a good job with holding her into the bargain. Like the girl is looking snatched. So, and the performances are good too. I think the first night I watched, she was a little nervous, but by night two, she kind of kicked back into that. I was like, I was like, said to myself, all those years of dancing paid off because she just like snapped back into like who she her role. And I imagine that lifestyle, like you don't get sick days, you don't get days off, like you have to hustle through it no matter if you had a baby. Obviously she didn't have a baby back then, but that's just her mentality. No matter if she was sick or whatever she was going through, you got to get back on that stage and hustle. And I always told y'all in that video I had did a few years back, the industry is like that. So the fact that she is able to thrive in it makes sense to me, because at this point the industry is like that. So she just picked up and she said she would. She said, I'm gonna get this body in shape. And it's so funny when she was saying that, everybody said, you're gonna be ready by February. And I was thinking to myself, oh yeah, she'll be ready by February. But I just think how quick February got here, and like how I feel like she was just pregnant yesterday. She really, yeah, as a mom, that healing and all that stuff, some of that stuff don't heal like that fast. So she's doing her thing. I just wish her the best. I hope she stays safe. I hope she keeps checking on her health. And I don't know if she had a C-section or a vaginal birth, but whatever it is, I hope she's fully healed up. And I hope she has a successful tour. But she's doing her thing. And when Kalani came on, I was like, chef's kiss. And she did fold it. And you can just tell her they have a really good rapport with each other. Oh, I also wanted to mention, this is like an honorable mention. How cute are these outfits? So Cardi has all these different like outfits that she, a lot of girly pops are saying that her theme should actually be like bodega baddie. I'm a bodega baddie. Like she should be like the New York swaggy style. But I like this. I think this is so tea. It's like the, I don't know, clueless 90s vibe, very posh. I think it's giving Bougetto. And I feel like Cardi is Bougetto. Like if you think about it, this is her style. And I was wearing that style anyway because I was a Catholic school girl. So we was dressing like this after school anyway. But I think this whole prep, like Dion, kind of like from Clueless, the cool hood, but also bougie girl, that is kind of like her aesthetic this season. And I like that. And she wore something similar to this at one of the games when she had the pink Coco Chanel, and with the Coco. I went and looked up that bag, girl. That bag was expensive. I think it was like, I don't know, but it was in thousands. And so I went, of course, like anybody would, Shein to see if they had the bag. They ain't make it yet. But y'all see, it's like the big pearls. There's like the big pearl. It's so little pearl. I mean, big little pearls, and it clutches into like a big pearl. It's literally thousands of dollars for that purse. But I would love a bootleg version of that purse, because I can't afford that. Well, maybe one day, God willing. But in the meantime, between time, I try to go. But I've seen some cute ones on like Colt Gaia and things like that that have like a similar vibe. But nothing's like that purse she had on. That was a bad purse. So yes, love the fashion. I think like, yeah, the Bodega Baddie is cool, but like if you want to dress like that, dress like that. But I think this look is more like, it's very cutesy. I don't know. I love it. Uh, so also we're going to talk a little bit about, when I was going to talk about Love Island a little bit. I can still talk about that here, but I didn't put a picture up of Love. Last place I ended, I think I was on episode 30, and it's with Belle, Hurricane Belle, and she's having a fit. You know how she does. And she's like causing so much mayhem in the house because Scott didn't pick her. So this is the aftermath. So they're having like this, like kind of like remember what they had at season 7 when they hash everything out and they clear the air, and they have the host comes in, I think Maya or Mara, whatever they call her. She comes in and she starts talking about these different questions, asking them like who's the best, who's the worst relationship, da, 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 da. And at one point everybody was kind of giving their honest answer, but it's almost like every time Scott was talking, Belle would jump in. It was like she just wanted to have some beef with him so bad. And I was getting to the point where I'm like, I'm tired of her. And that girl, Sammy, also was getting on my daggone nerves because, again, every single time that somebody had an issue, Sammy was there jumping into the issue where there was none. And I think this is what happened. Sammy saw the show before coming into the villa. And when she watched the show, Lucinda was the bad guy, and everybody was Team Belle at that point, right? But I think what happened since then is she realized that okay, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna be like the voice of reason. I'm gonna be the audience voice, the public, not realizing that the public has changed their opinions about Lucinda, and we love Lucinda now. Literally, like I don't know. This is a tweet. As long as Whitney, Leah, and Lucinda are in the finals, I don't give a. And that's how people are feeling now. People are actually loving Lucinda now. She has become a fan favorite. And so I think when Sammy was in the villa, she still saw everybody was like hating on Lucinda. So she thought she would come in and be the people's princess and like kind of speak up for the masses. Little do she know, the whole world have changed their tune on Lucinda. So she's bringing old news. That's what. Then this is why it's so important to like be yourself in situations and not try to follow the crowd and not try to be what other people wanted you to be. Like even when Sammy's not Sammy. This, oh, I'm gonna think about Jessie. Sorry, that whole thing was about Jessie. Even when Jessie said to Belle, "Oh, Belle, I think how I talked to Lucinda, I would have made you proud." Like what? What do you mean? Like, are you making yourself proud? Like, that is the whole thing of it all. It's like she's up here trying to play to the audience, play to the heartstrings of us instead of just being herself. And now she's looking like Voodoo the Fool. So that's neither here nor there. But I thought this was a cute little video since we're talking about Love Island now. I didn't know I was going to talk about them. But this little video is a villa. Sorry. This is a villa that you can go visit and it looks exactly like Love Island. How cute.
Moment of truth. I'm scared. Oh my god. Oh my god! You're gonna fucking love it! This is Love Island Central. What do we think? Oh, I remember you. This one.
Like running around.
Bathrooms. They're
Like,
cute.
I think that's so dope.
This week,
Would you guys
a
stay
hot
here?
new bombshell enters the villa.
Don't call me up.
Guys, it gets better because apparently they got the Love Island hut where they
I
walk
would
in at
definitely
first
stay
to the
there.
villa. Watch Maya Jama just come around the corner
How
now.
cute. And they have like the little heart tunnel. And then the little beaches. It's so me. I was like, okay, I'm at it with my bucket list. And obviously, you know, I can go to the real people have been to the real Love Island house as well, which I would love to do one day. But if you can't get to the real Love Island house, that would be a great, great alternative. But neither here nor there. I just had to show you guys that because when I saw that, I thought that was so awesome. I was like, that's dope. Anyway, next up, we're going to talk a little bit about this show. We Love is Blind. And it'll take over your mind. What you think is love is truly not. You need to elevate and find. Anyway, y'all know I love that song. So I didn't watch Love Island. Love is Blind last season because y'all was giving me all the tea and I was too through, like about the boy licking the floor and it was just too much going on and how I actually was sick of how black girls was being treated from the one where his name was Tyler, which we got a Taylor this one. We got another Tyler, that guy Taylor, we got another Taylor, girl Taylor. But the guy Taylor, and I forgot what the girl name was, it Tiffany maybe? I'm not sure. But that was a mess. And I really was turned off when he had the surrogate babies or whatever that was. So I was like, I'm done with this show because the way they treating black people and black women, I just was sick and tired of it. It felt like the same old every single time. So then fast forward, I said to myself, okay, let me watch this season because ain't nothing else on. Like my All Stars had already caught up with everything, and then it was just a long weekend, so it was literally for them the perfect weekend to show this. But for me, I was like, here we go again, and I think that's kind of part of it too. They kind of are keep doing the same thing over and over again, and it's not fun like Love Island. This is like tormenting these black women, and I think it's ironic because we're gonna get into it. But a lot of like even the next couple I'm gonna show you, which is Devo, and he's talking about a woman that he's with, and he's a person of color, but he's talking about I'm not used to being with a person of color. And I'm like, this is just so it's not just black women, it's like almost all people of color. And then the one Asian girl that has like the scarring from her birthmark as a child, she's like so anti being Asian and like she doesn't want to tell anything. It's like she doesn't want to be identified as that because she was raised by white people. She has all these identity crises, and Love Island, Love is Blind loves to like kind of have people who don't identify with what they are, and if they do, they kind of are a mess. Like, especially they really do the people of color real poorly. So, or at least cast the people of color real poorly. Like, how you gonna cast a brother who I'm gonna let y'all watch the scene. See it for yourself.
I fell in love
Listen to
with
this
Brittany.
brother.
Just so happened that she is a woman of color. That's something I've never actually dated, let alone proposed to get engaged to. So that was something that kind of surprised me. But I fell in love with Brittany because of her heart.
Why is it always some fuck shit during Black History Month?
Okay, like look at him and look at her. She's so out of his effing league. And she has already made compromises on herself in terms of this relationship because she has allowed herself to like fall into the trap of, okay, I'm married to him. A lot of the other girls are already, giving it up, giving it up. This girl just giving it out. She was already giving it up. And she was like, okay, well, maybe that's why he's not being affectionate to me. But as you can see from the very beginning, he's like, I never dated a person of color. As if he's not a person of color. It's like he has like separation anxiety from who he is, identity crisis is what they would call it. And so I just feel really bad for her because as beautiful and stunning as she is, you have somebody like him who ain't worth two nickels rubbing together. And he's just a dud. He's boring, and he just doesn't, he feels like disgusted by her, and every time he looks at her he's like, I can't believe I'm not with a white woman. Ironically, there's this fine man, let me see, his name's Alex. He is, which one is he in this picture? I don't even see Alex. Where Alex at, y'all? He in there somewhere. I don't see him. Oh, he's right, he's second to last, right? He don't look all that in that picture, but trust me, he all that. And he is coupled up with the first girl. So he's saying that, so Alex in the blue shirt, second to last, right? Is coupled up with this girl all the way, first row, first girl. So they're coupled up. And he actually really finds her attractive, right? And he's like, that's more my type. And the crazy thing is, this guy would be attracted to the girl Alex is with right now. He would love to be with her, blonde hair, blue eyes, like that's his dream. It's just like you can't really, you don't know. Chemistry is really interesting like that. I used to ask my brother, dang, how do you know if a boy like you? They just do. Like you can't, he's like, you can't, he used to always say, you can't fake chemistry. If somebody like you, they like you. Like, it's just no, I used to say, how do you know the girl you're going to pursue? That's what I used to ask him. How do you know as a boy what girl you're going to pursue and like be all up on? And he's like, I don't know. It's just, he's like, you just know. He's like, it's just chemistry. Sometimes you see a girl and she's your girl, you're going to hone in on her, and that's the girl you're going to be with, right? And that's the girl you're gonna try to be with at least. And so that's how men are. They are hunters. They see it, they hone in on it, and they target it. They know exactly what they want and they pinpoint it. And so the fact that this guy is not really into her, but the finest man in the whole cast is into her. I hope she looks back. I'm not saying she needs validation from a man, but it's just like I hope she looks back and know that her worth is strong. Her worth is valuable, and she doesn't get caught up in his BS and his insecurities. And he ain't even all that. And she's even admitted he's not her type, but at least she is trying. Okay, but he's not even trying. He's basically trying to make it seem like she's not all that. And he's acting like completely disgusted by her, which I don't think is fair to her in her journey. So, yeah, that's been a hard watch. Now, these fools right here, Oh my Lord, honey, honey. So we're gonna start with the girl we have on our screen now. This is Taylor. Apparently, she's the star in the show, but she was only on for 2.5 seconds. So she is in a couple with, well, she's kind of in a triangle. Okay, we'll do it one at a time. So this is this is Kevon. This is, I believe her name is Kira. Kevon. Okay, and that's Taylor. Okay, so that is our three crew right there. Okay, so we have Kevon here. We have Taylor here underneath me to start the show. And then we have, I think her name is Kira or Kyra. So some see it, this is how, I'm going to tell you how I see it. I don't care about how some see it. How I see it is, Taylor, while she's amazing and she probably does extremely well in corporate America, she doesn't do well in love because she's always trying to negotiate the deal. And when you're dealing with feelings of the heart, matters of the heart, you cannot negotiate the heart. You cannot negotiate the deal of the heart. There's no such thing. You have to kind of leap out on faith. And she's not the type of woman that takes leaps of faith that often. She's the type of woman that does structural processes, systems. You understand? Process of elimination, logical thinking, things like that. And love is anything but logical. Granted, she will get the dream man and she will get what she wants out of this life, but it's going to be extremely calculated. So she has to get somebody who goes along and allows her to be the alpha in the relationship. And this guy, he's not good for either of them because he is neither alpha or a beta. He is the type of man that is just null. He's unaligned with himself. He's unhealed, and he doesn't have a perspective on what he wants. Although I do think when it came to I want to get her name right. I'll keep saying Kira. Let me just double check. So I was close. I keep saying so. I don't know what I was saying, but it's Kia. It is Kia. So Kevon, Taylor, and Kia, yeah. Lakia, that's right. So Lakia, on the other hand, she comes off as like more soft to the touch. She comes off as more just allowing the man to lead. And a lot of women were saying she was manipulating him. But I think it's not necessarily manipulating him, it's just being a softer place to land. Like, so for example, like, you know, when they say that's how like side chicks can be, right? And that's why Taylor said, not her being my man's side chick. Usually the wife, right, is the one that is more structured and gets things done. Doctor's appointment. So it becomes very sterile, right? In the marriage. So you can have this doctor appointment here, family gathering here, trip, boom, boom. Like what Lady Gaga could say, bus, another bus, you know, kind of that is how marriage can kind of get. Soccer practice this, and you lose sense of yourself. And I think women like here allow men like Kate Vaughn to have a soft place to land where they could just go, oh, today my wife pissed me off. Today I did this. Today, you know, she always on my back about this. Where he doesn't have to carry the responsibilities, and she carries the weight of the emotional baggage. So it's not saying she is a side chick by any means. I think she just is a softer touch, the more feminine touch. I think whereas because Taylor has that, you know, I saw a video of her talking about, oh, she's sick of golfing because she does nothing but golf with white men all day because that is what she does in sales and marketing. You're a bunch, and I've been in that environment where I'm around nothing but white men, and you just are a certain way, boom, 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 and they're very sterile. Especially if you don't want to show too much femininity, you don't want to come off like that because then they try to make sexual advances at you. So you have to keep it yourself as a woman, especially as a Black woman in those spaces, very aligned and very structured and very tense and sometimes very tight. Or they kind of, you know, play around. We try to play around with you. So you can't play. You gotta be like, I ain't nothing to play with. And I think that's where that trope of like strong Black woman comes from. Cause you can't it never gave we're gonna play in the office. I remember even one time I was talking to one of my Caribbean aunts. And I was telling her, oh my God, I had a laugh with my boss. She goes, you were laughing with your boss. And I was like, yeah, she could not believe it. Because, you know, she's in her 50s, 60s. And so in her mind, like that line would never even be crossed. So even me coming off as like laughing is like something that in the women in their 50s would never do in the office. They were stone faced, stern, there, put their heads down, do the work, and go home. You know, where us millennials, we still have a little bit of personality, more personality than they've ever had. And I think Taylor, she's 32, which means she's a zillennial, right? So more Z than millennial. And so she has even more playful banter in the office. So it softens her a little bit than probably what I would have been in the office or what my aunts or my mom would have been in the office. But she still has that sternness to her, which is where see, girl, I can't even remember your name, honey. I'm sorry, baby girl. Kia, on the other hand, offers a place of like just centerness for him and allowed him to hear his own mind. And that's one part where I didn't like what Taylor was doing, because I feel like she was like, you gonna be my boyfriend now. You know, the kids in the playground, this my man now. And it was like, ooh, calm down. And then she kept playing these tricks, and it was again closing the deal, playing these tricks and leaving and coming back and toying with his emotion as much as he was toying with hers. And I don't even think he was toying with his emotion. I think, like she said, he was extremely indecisive. And maybe there was another clip of TikTokers saying that she said, and this is not verified yet, but I'm sure we'll find out in the reunion, that he said he didn't even want to be married, right? So then he's playing, why are you here? So that's where her anger comes up and made her seem like the villain, because from our perspective, it's like she's bossing him around, like, you're gonna be my boyfriend. And meanwhile, in the back end, he's like, I don't even know if I want to be married. So she's now showing frustration and fell into like this angry black woman trope. So that is kind of what it is with them. But I do think Yvonne was never ready, honey, honey, honey. I like Kyra. I think she played her role well. I think she was a soft touch, and I feel like I saw some black hands at the end of the video. So I don't know. He's going to go propose to one of the girls, and maybe he'll propose to Kia, because Taylor, she's on Instagram right now. She's on Snapchat. She's on everywhere. She's on TikTok. That's what I seen that TikTok. I ain't seen her anywhere else. I seen her on TikTok, and she's talking a lot every day, all day. So I would be surprised if she end up getting with him, because she seems very much moved on and removed from the situation, where she might not be. So we'll see. And if they didn't make it, it seemed like maybe she spun the block. I don't know, but I seen some black hands in the end, and there ain't no black couples on there. So I was like, who black hand is that? Who brown hen is that? Not black, we brown, right? Whose brown hen is that? Suspicious. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But I found that very, very, very interesting that the black hen was there. So yet to be seen. But this is going to be a pretty short live today. I have one more thing that I did want to talk to you guys about before we get out of here, and this is more on a serious note. You guys who know me will know that you guys that know me will know that I grew up in uh, a really predominantly black neighborhood and black community. So I have this strong sense of pride in who I am. My mom moved from Florida to the north, and when she got to the north, she stayed in the north because she was saying that the education system here was better than that of the south where she had come from. And she just loved how articulate the kids were up here, and she was like really impressed with the kids. She was like, oh, these kids speak so well, they're so well spoken. So she's like, I want my kids to sound like this. Like, I want my kids to have a better education than the environments that I grew up in. And while we did grow up in an urban neighborhood, we were really lucky, I guess, or my mom really researched like the school we went to. So like I said, we were in an urban neighborhood, but we went to one of the best schools, I feel like, in America, because we had like just such strong, prideful teachers that really loved us and like I mean everybody. Even when I run into classmates today, we all gush over the elementary school experience that we particularly had. Like we had one, our principal name was Mr. Gregory. He said, "Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on the prize." Oh Lord. And we used to have people come into our schools and give speeches. And one of those people who always stopped by and always kind of made sure we were good in our community was this guy right here, Mr. Jesse Jackson. So I want to say rest in power to Mr. Jesse Jackson. He really was an inspiration to not only myself, but to people of my generation. And I know he gets a lot of flack for some of his political stances and things later on, because you know history is the eye of the successor, and some of his ideas did not succeed like according to foundational Black Americans. They wish we just would have been regular foundational blacks or regular Black Americans or Sulans, whatever we're going to call it, versus being an African American, which is a term coined by the Jesse Jackson. But outside of that, for everything else he did, he was one of the first Black men to run for president of the United States, even though he lost twice. But he did try to put his hat in the bid so that people like Obama can come along and make those steps and make those strides. So we really appreciate all he's done. You know, Jesse Jackson is a renowned civil rights leader, minister. So I was looking up some of his famous quotes, and one of them is "Keep hope alive." I know we used to say that every morning before school. We said, "Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on the prize," and then we would end it saying, "Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive." So this was around the time where everybody was wearing the big, you know, Africa chains and the dashikis and that part of the 90s and the early 2000s. It was just a beautiful time to be a youth and a beautiful time to, you know, it encapsulates, I feel like my youth really, really well, Sister Act. And it's funny because I'm a Jersey girl like Lauryn Hill, and she was the star of that movie. That was my childhood, like those songs and singing and just having like Black youth be like in the arts. Like we were very in the arts. Like I remember we had Christmas shows like "I wanna be rich," oh, and I remember the girls singing. I remember we used to have the blue, not the blue, what's his name, Savion Glover. He used to come do tap dance at our school. We just had such a cultural experience at my school. And like I don't know, people like Jesse Jackson really shaped the leaders of my school. And I feel like you knew you were in a Black city and of pride when you came to my school. And so I appreciate leaders like Jesse Jackson. Like I said, he's a renowned civil rights leader, minister, politician known for his powerful speaking skills and signature phrases that champion hope, equality, and social justice. And here are some famous quotes and phrases to categorize like what he is best known for. So he is recognized for "Keep hope alive," "Your children need your presence more than your presence," which I love. Your children need your presence more than your presence. You like that, huh? Yeah. He also used quotes like, if my mind can conceive it and my heart can believe it, I know I can achieve it." And these are things like, you know, we used to recite every day. I didn't know they were mantras, but I literally say this to my daughter today, and I never knew where I got it from. So I literally was telling her the other day, I said, if you can see it, you can achieve it and you can be it, right? So these are quotes from Jesse Jackson. And here's another one: "Never look down on anybody unless you're helping them up." How about that? And here's another one: "It is time for us to turn to each other, not on each other." This man had beautiful speaking, so it's almost like poetry. And last but not least, leadership cannot just go along to get along. Leadership must meet the moral challenge of the day. And so I want to give a beautiful, you know, sound off and send off to the Reverend Jesse Jackson. You will be missed. You were received your flowers while you were here, and I hope you transcend to the next realm in peace in humility and in love. We love you, Reverend Justin Jackson, and thank you for all you have done for Black and brown people here and across the world. Thank you so much. I also wanted to tell you guys, I wanted to tell you guys that, I do have these shirts that I am selling. Every time I wear them out, somebody asks me about them. Yeah, I look crazy, but that's okay. They have hoodies on. I just want to show you that. And they are like Marilyn Monroe. They say DiMaggio Norma jean. Every time I wear it, it's a crop top. Every time I wear it out, I get so many compliments on it. So I did finally create a link for them. So if you guys are interested in purchasing this sweatshirt, it's a crop top, by the way. You can purchase them there. A lot of them have sold out. I'm selling them over on TikTok. So I think we have a few left, and like I think we have like a small, maybe. I don't think we have any more larges. We have like extra large, which is cute for the oversized look. And there's a few sizes there. So just go check to see if your size is available. If you're interested in purchasing this, I do make these shirts, so they're only available through me. Also, if you guys would like, you can support this stream and buy me a cup of coffee so we can continue to do this, so that I can come on and buy better equipment, get better room for myself, and I want to get like a little plant, just little stuff like that. So if you don't mind, buy me a cup of coffee to help me, keep my energy on these streams. But I appreciate you guys joining me each and every week. And don't forget to also follow me here on Snapchat if you aren't already following me there. So I decided to just do I do like live recaps a lot over there. So when I'm watching these shows that I'm telling you about, I usually will Snapchat live, because if you put them on a lot of different platforms, they're gonna demonetize you. But snaps, they're going in 24 hours, so they don't really bother you. So I can just do I do like literally live snaps while I'm watching these shows, a lot of them. So if you guys want to watch those, please don't forget to follow me there. And also, don't forget to follow me on all my platforms. That's YouTube, Blue Sky, Threads, TikTok, wherever you can find social media, you'll find me, and it'll be the same name. Give this girl a mic. Okay. And if you aren't sure, you can also, there's a link tree that I have in my bio here on YouTube. You click the link tree and it'll send you to all my pages, all my personal pages, all my private pages, all my everywhere. Wherever I'm at, you can be at. So just follow me there. And I always say, make sure you thank you for coming, and make sure you maintain your morals, your values, and your principle, because remember, you are the MVP of your destiny. And just keep that in mind when it comes to who you are, what you are, and how you move in the world. These are my mic drops today. I should have had that up the whole time, but I forgot. I'm just learning. I'm trying to get it more efficient for you guys and stay consistent. I saw a clip of Master P saying, what's the difference between McDonald's and any other company? And the difference is that different companies sell burgers and fries. McDonald's sell consistency, because no matter where you go in the world, the burgers and fries are going to taste the same, period. So I'm trying to be McDonald's for you guys and stay consistent and give you the same burgers and fries that we always have. Molo Asando, hello, thank you. Appreciate it. Love you guys. So yeah, so we'll be back. I'm not sure. I usually I have us as the 2 Live crew, because I try to come in Tuesdays. 2 days. So we'll see. Hopefully I can come back in next Tuesday. Hopefully I can come in before that. I'll be trying to come in as consistently as I can. But we'll right now we're gonna stick to Tuesdays. That's been pretty nice. So I've been liking Tuesdays. Tuesdays I'm trying to come. I was doing Tuesdays at 2, but that's a little bit cutting it close. So I think if we can do what we did today, which was like we came on around maybe 12. I think we came on around, what we been on here, hour. just about. So maybe start doing that, like 12 o'clock on Tuesdays. That way you and I can have lunch together, right? And I think that'll be fun as well. So we can keep it consistent and have that time set in for us. So, and my goal ultimately is to do Tuesdays and Thursdays so that we have at least 2 days a week to catch up. So I know tomorrow is because I already watched all 6 of the Love is Blind episodes, and I know I'm going to try to do the second half of the book in the next couple of days, like 3 days. And I watched some good movies too, y'all, this weekend. It was just like a nice chill weekend. I watched Behind Her Eyes, which is like 3 or 4 years old. So I'm not gonna go over it, but it was just real. If you guys want me to go over it and tell you guys about that movie, it was really, really good. There's a book to it too, so I want to go see the book because some of the parts was like cool, but I feel like the book would kind of clear up a lot of stuff. And I want a part two because yeah, if you know, you know. And so, yeah, that's the kind of stuff. But if you guys follow me over on Snapchat, we'll just continue to kiki over there. So I'll see you guys later on Snapchat, hopefully. And also, I'm also on Blue Sky a whole lot too. So I tweet on Blue Sky because, I'm kind of anti-Twitter a little bit, I'll be on there peeking behind the curtain, but I don't try to participate too much. I just grab screenshots for y'all for these lives and stuff. Or sometimes I put my screenshots over on Blue Sky, but I don't want to give the devil my time. And Twitter ain't nothing but the devil. So I try to be more on Blue Sky. It's more lighthearted and people are more positive. So that's where I am for the bulk of my time. So I will see you guys next time. Again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your girl, Nico Nicole. And this is Give This Girl a Mic. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for joining me today. Bye, guys.